and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosme's, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonatron.com, and many more. We hope to see you there.
All right, let me officially welcome you. Me ma kwaba the entire mede brofo sha se ne se brofo p na ekoso ewo dwumede ya se. Over thousands of Ghana emabunu a wo mo aba abehia ewo Fantasy Dome ewo Trade Fair Center. Aha, na ne nyina ne se obi a epa adwuma entiase ne se obi amfiri ha no na wanya adwuma enti no se wo hwen ewo fie bia wo bia no you need to be here. Jama ban no ene Ghana ban ena aka bomu na empanimfo pi no a ewo ha osoafo a wo hwe enwuma ne apade ho nsem so ne na bedi akire ewo ha Jama na misini ewo ha sanso ena emabunu pempem a wo mo afiri akire ne benchen a wo mo nyina ba se wo mo eba bepe adwuma aye. And so the assurance is a lot of the youth in Ghana will be leaving this venue with guaranteed jobs. There are centers uremu a yebeye o interview yaji CV na yahwehwe mu na yama wadwuma amono hwa. This is very interesting. 2019 job fair na ekoso na make us say osofo a wono en wo hwa apadi ho nsem so ede ne nsem bi ba betudwa enti yebekọ podium no so na yakwakofa eno achi no na yaba ye ne mabunu ni bibedi nkomo along the line yebefa discussion na ekoso podium no so ebi yebrofo ebi eyetwi but mejiri se wo hwen ofia ese wo ye ntem na wo ba ha ebi fi se center CP enwuma pi na wo ma set up a obia efa emabunu adwuma emo enti on behalf of the team ebemu akwa officially yeguso no ye ne mpanifo bedi nkomo na yebisa wo mo ensem wonu so pese tu kwan so migration advice pi no anso ewo ha GIZ wo mo hwe na wo mo atumi atu ho anamo enti no yenkọ na yenkonkofa osoafo abedi akire ensem ahodo a wode tudwa no ebi osoafo na nkasa yeni kan entie ne nsem a wode tudwa ewi a na yafa empanimfo aka no na yene moadi nkomo enso ewo dwumedi ase enti straight away yenkọ na yenkonkofa ensem a wo mo ede tudwa no ebi.
The German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up.
To thank GIZ for the collaboration that they are having with my ministry to organize this job fair, which is the second in the series that I am witnessing. And I must admit that the success of the first one, I was told, was so huge. And I'm told that this one will even be better. And that there are over 130 and that there are 130 companies that have registered, and even that more are still registering and are willing to offer to you today over 1,000 spaces that will be available. I thought you would clap for that. What is more refreshing to note is that the 1,000 spaces available cuts across different disciplines, from driving through whatever, up to perhaps those who even hold PhDs that are willing to work. There are opportunities for you to be able to have jobs today. But even that, if your expectations are not met today, you will still gain, because there are so many ethics, certain things that you didn't know about how to look for job that you will be told today. So that when you are going to even apply for job, you will know the skills that will be needed to apply for a particular job. So I just want to assure you that you have come to the right place. Just listen to the panelists, look for opportunities available, make sure that at least you try your hands on one or two companies that are exhibiting for opportunities, and indeed do a follow-up even after today. Because in the first program, I saw somebody whose opportunity came 3 months after the program. That person had the patience to wait. She had the courage to do a follow-up, and eventually what she was looking for came through. So even if you did not succeed in grabbing the job today, it does not mean that the window is closed over you. You still have that opportunity to be able to do it. Indeed, as a government, our major preoccupation is to make sure that Ghanaians, especially the young people of Ghana, get more jobs to do. It is quite refreshing to note that in 2015, when the Ghana labor survey was done, the report came out that about 11.9% of our total population who are supposed to be at work were not working. It is refreshing to note that in the recent one which was done for 2017, that number has dropped to 7%. So it means that as a country we are making progress. And we will want to make even further progress so that we will reduce unemployment to the barest minimum that we can ever have. And some of these programs are aimed at addressing the gap that we have. That is why we will not relent in entering into any collaboration with any organization that is willing to partner government in providing jobs for our people. GIZ is the answer to this, and we are so grateful to you. This is not the only collaboration that the government of Ghana is having with GIZ in the provision of jobs. One key thing that one will require to be able to grab a job is to have the requisite skill. There's a huge gap between job seekers and what employers actually demand. And that is the skill gap. That skill gap needs to be filled. Amongst the many organizations and institutions that are helping us to be able to bridge this skill gap is also GIZ. They are partnering government through covert to be able to provide necessary hands-on training for people so that they will be ready for the job market. So on that, we want to thank the German government and the GIZ for that particular collaboration. When you come to the ministry, we are currently doing a joint program with GIZ, and the program seeks to offer opportunities for Ghanaians that have lived outside. When I say outside, I'm very, very careful with my choice of words. It can be Libya, it can be the Gulf, it can be Europe, it can be America, wherever on the globe that one has ever lived, and we want to return. If you travel outside and you interact with our nationals, many of them are willing to come home, but they are scared because they think that there may not be opportunities here for them to work. We are partnering GIZ to provide orientation and guidance for such persons who will want to reintegrate into the Ghanaian economy. So we have created what we call the Ghana German Center for Job Reintegration and Migration. This center is online, is fully operational, and currently operating from the teachers' NAT towers. Very soon, perhaps after August, it will be relocated at the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. Please, even in your own spare time, just pass through that office, do an inquiry, find out what opportunities exist there. Perhaps through that, you may be able to add on one knowledge or the other to what you have, especially with regards to job opportunities and placement. I want to encourage you that as a young Ghanaian, we will never, when I say we, I'm talking of government, we will never relent until we make sure that as many of you that are willing to get have opportunities to work. So we will seek for the opportunities, we will make sure that we will come out with programs that will make it possible for you to be able to work and earn a good living for yourself. We are not just interested in people working. We are not just interested in people being engaged, but we are interested in people also being on decent jobs. decent jobs, jobs that are reputable, jobs that accept us as human beings, and jobs that accept our rights as workers. And indeed, that is what we are fighting for, and we'll do everything to make sure that that is done. Once again, I'm so grateful to you for the opportunity to address you. I know the program has not officially commenced, but I needed to make this arrangement with the organizers so that I can have this interface with you before I leave. I'm grateful to you all for listening to me.
The Honourable Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Mr. Ignatius Bafwewa, thank you so much for taking time to join us this morning. We understand that you do have to leave, but thank you for doing this. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, officially our program will start at 10 o'clock, but for now, please do continue to relax patiently. Thank you again for your patience. Just a few logistical things before we come back to you officially, okay? Washrooms, if you're looking for the washrooms, they are to my right and to your left, okay? So you'll see the signs that will direct you to where the male and female washrooms are. Also, we're going to have a CV clinic today. So if you're here and you're somebody who is looking for help in augmenting your CV, or maybe you're not sure what should go on there, perhaps you have too many things on there, you never know. The CV clinic is there to help you to brush up your CV, so to make it more attractive to potential employers. In addition to that, how many times have you walked into an interview room and maybe felt like you want the earth to swallow you up, or you lose all the thoughts that you walked in there with? Well, you have a chance to practice those interview skills today, because we're going to have a mock interview station. So you can actually go in there, put yourself through an interview process, and hopefully get some tips on how to improve upon your interview skills, okay? So there are so many opportunities that are being offered here at the 2019 Job Fair today. Please do take advantage of them. I'll fill you in on some more logistical things as the day goes on, but for now, again, we'll be starting officially at 10 o'clock, and we thank you so much for your patience.
The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, CRIF, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, CRIF, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.
To a more sustainable way of creating jobs here in Ghana, not outside. Here in Ghana is a big potential, and we see that, and we would like to support in particular also the ministry and the companies who are represented here to do this in a way that in future you can do this on your own. You have to find ways. This is the vision of Ghana Beyond Aid. So we want to support the kickoff and find different strategies to develop a sustainable way of finding jobs. And I think the job fair is one of these instruments which we will accompany in the next time for several times. So I hope it will step up the success of finding jobs. Maybe next time it will be 2,000 or 3,000. Let's head for this.
So, Ellen, what do you think? Shall we also go out and look for a new job?
Well, definitely. I go out, I want a new job. I will find one today, so you can have mine. Who wants it? So many applicants. I will find a new job today.
So maybe at the end of our little introduction, let me also mention that, of course, GIZ is looking for jobs. You have some of the booths here. We are also looking for jobs. Our booth is over there, but lots of other companies. Go there, ask questions, introduce yourself, receive business cards, and we wish you all the best for your future, because what we are seeing here, Ellen, now is the future of Ghana, right?
Yes. Yeah. I all wish you a wonderful day, and as the minister said, if you don't have a contract in your pocket tonight, maybe it's in 2 months or in 3 months, or just follow up on that, as I do the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Michael. You can both take your seats, but I have a feeling you're having so much fun up here. Maybe I should give you my job. Since you're giving away jobs, I can give you my job as well. All right, another round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. Ghanaian and German cooperation. Now, we are very grateful at the commitment that Germany has shown to tackling unemployment here in Ghana. And to give us more insight into this partnership, let's welcome now the topmost man representing Germany in Ghana. He is Germany's ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency, Mr. Christoph Hertzlaff. We can keep the applause going. It's all right. He hasn't made it to the podium yet.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister for Labor and Employment, dear colleagues from GIZ and the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry, dear participants. It's great to be here this morning. I remember very vividly when we had our first Ghana Job Fair in September last year, and I must say this idea, this initiative has really grown big, seeing more than 500 participants here, more than 120 companies and more than 1,000 job vacancies. So thank you very much for coming here today. I would like, of course, first of all, thank the Ghanaian Ministry for Labor and Employment, and also my dear colleagues from GIZ and the German Chamber for Industry and Commerce for making this possible, and also a big thank you to all the participating companies here today. The moderator mentioned it. Germany is, in her cooperation with Ghana, very active in 2 fields that are of interest today. First is economic development, and second is vocational training. We believe that the number of young people in Ghana, and right now we have about 60% of the population that is younger than 25 years in this country, is a huge potential for Ghana, but also poses significant challenges with regard to jobs. If you look to the whole of Africa, with the young people reaching the age of 16, 17, 18, there are estimates out there that each year about 18 million jobs are needed in the whole of Africa to provide every young man and woman with a decent job. So this is a huge chance, but also a huge challenge here. I think it's fair to say that the government of Ghana has addressed this challenge with their ambitious Ghana Beyond AIDS strategy in the right way. This Ghana Beyond AIDS strategy that was launched just 2 weeks ago is the right way to tackle this challenge by putting economic development and job creation in the center of the government's activities. We from the German side, we support Ghana Beyond Aid with an ambitious program in sustainable economic development. We have a lot of initiatives in this field. We are trying and working hard at the German embassy and with our partners to bring more German companies here to Ghana. We just had in February, for the first time in West Africa, the so-called German Africa Business Summit. bringing together more than 600 decision makers from policy and business here in Ghana. It was a huge success, and we're looking forward to more German companies investing here in Ghana. But we are also very active in the field of training, especially vocational training. We have a substantial program coming up to about 30 million euros for each year in vocational training. We have an ambitious voucher program with KFW and other German partners engaged here. And we have expressed our determination from the German side to substantially increase our engagement in the field of vocational training, because we think that a well-educated young generation will be the key for Ghana's success in the future. Ghana is, and that is no secret for you, a beacon for democracy and stability in the region, and it has a lot of economic potential. And it's good to see that the reform agenda of the government of Ghana has yielded very convincing results in the last 2 years. If we look at the newest forecasts, we will see that Ghana will be one of the fastest growing economy in 2019, and I think this deserves a round of applause here. We from the German government, we are supporting Ghana with two major initiatives in this context. First is the G20 Compact with Africa initiative that was launched in Berlin in summer 2017. And the second is our bilateral Ghanaian-German Reform and Investment Partnership that we concluded at the occasion of the President Steinmeier's visit to Ghana in December 2017. But let me come to the point that is now of specific interest for you. How do we bring together job offers and vacancies and the people who are skilled to work here? And that's where we are starting with our latest initiative, the so-called German Ghanaian Center for Jobs, Migration and Reintegration that we launched in December 2017, and it's situated, if you don't know it, at Liberation Avenue in the heart of Accra. This is supposed to become a fully fledged job agency that we are developing together with our partner, the Ministry of Labor and Employment. And just a couple of weeks ago, we opened the construction site for a new center at the premises of the Ministry of Labor and Employment. What we want to achieve is that we bring the potential in jobs together with you, the young people, so that you are able to find with qualified counseling, teaching, training, jobs that will be fitted for a good and prosperous life here. So with this, I wish you all successful job fair in Ghana, the second edition. Let me thank you once again to all our partners. And herewith I declare the second Ghana Job Fair opened. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Once again, the German Ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency, Mr. Christoph Kretzlaff. I suppose I should say, danke. Danke. But I should have said willkommen when we started. I've got to practice my German if I'm going to take over any of the jobs that Alan and Michael are giving up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the social media age. We have a hashtag for today, so you can share this news. You can let people know what we're doing here today. If you know someone who probably should be here, this would be a good time to let them know about the job fair. So, hashtag Ghana Job Fair 2019, all right? Ghana Job Fair 2019. You can share this on your social media platforms, and again, let people know what is taking place here today and what the Ghana Job Fair is all about. Now, for those of you who were here a bit earlier today, you may have heard the speech given by our Honorable Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Ignatius Bafo-Ewa. He was here early. Unfortunately, he had to leave because he had a cabinet meeting to attend, but he was very gracious in giving us a brief speech before he left, and we do appreciate the fact that he took the time to come here. But as we all know, in the absence of the minister, the deputy minister steps in, and we are very grateful and honored to have the Honorable Deputy Minister for Employment and Labor Relations here with us to read the Minister's speech. Let's welcome Honorable Bright Werku Brobe.
Your Excellency, the German Ambassador to Ghana, Mr. Chairman, the GIZ Country Director, representatives of development partners, directors of the ministry, distinguished invited guests, our able-bodied job seekers, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to once again be witnessing yet another job fair arising from the collaboration between the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations and the Ghana German Job Center. I'm happy that modest collaboration, which started with the signing of a memorandum of understanding late last year, is resulting in this milestone that seek to modernize and to give hope to the management of the labor market in Ghana. Your Excellency, this government has put the creation of decent jobs at the center of its national development agenda. It is because unemployment of particularly the youth is of great concern in developing countries. The situation has resulted in unprecedented levels of illegal migration and thousands of needless deaths on the high seas, sometimes in the desert. You may all have also watched the CNN documentary on the auctioning of able-bodied youth in Libya and the global outcry this generated. Indeed, it can be said that unemployment among the youth was a catalyst for the Arab Spring, which saw the collapse of governments in North Africa. We will not sit aloof, but will find solutions to this unpleasant development concerning the youth. We in Ghana, indeed, are no exception. The problem was portrayed most forcefully when some security agencies of our dear nation advertised for recruitment. Ladies and gentlemen, you will bear with me that we were all amazed at the sheer numbers of graduates who queued up for consideration. It became a wake-up call for something drastic to be done. Distinguished invited guests, the government rose up to the challenge and began putting in place measures to create decent job opportunities for the youth. I have no doubt we have all heard of the NAPCO program, which saw the engagement of close to 100,000 graduates last year in different sectors of the economy. We also have the other flagship initiatives, YEA, the Youth Entrepreneurship Development, among others. These apart, we have the likes of One District, One Factory and Planting for Food and Jobs and Export. Others, including the creation of a whole ministry for special development initiatives, etc., where stimulus packages have also been introduced and import duties revised downwards to strengthen the private sector and ultimately creating decent jobs for the youth. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also important to realize that there are times when unemployment is not because the jobs are not available. Sometimes there appears to be a disconnect between employers and job seekers. Many job seekers can remain unemployed principally because they lack information about available opportunities which require their knowledge and skill sets. There is therefore the need to create fora that bring together job seekers and potential employers, such as what we are witnessing today. This is why the collaboration between the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations and our partners, the GIZ, focused on employment promotion through job matching, vocational counseling and guidance, remain relevant and worth acknowledging. The maiden job fair organized in 2018 at the Accra International Conference Center was meant to mark the beginning of job fairs in Ghana. Last year, the ministry, through the Ghana German Job Center, was able to place just over 100 job seekers in vacancies, which were declared by participating corporate bodies. This year, we are targeting that over 1,000 job seekers will be placed in decent jobs after engaging with employers participating in this fair. Mr. Chairman, His Excellency, linking job seekers to potential employers is critical for the promotion of social inclusion and the elimination of information asymmetry in the labor market. It is an intervention commonly found in countries all over the world. It's an integral part of the functions of the ministry in Ghana. However, over the years, logistics and capacity challenges have made it very difficult for the Labor Department under the ministry to perform this function as effectively as expected. This is why the ministry is making conscious efforts to build the institutional and human resource capacity of the department to make it more effective in the execution of its mandate. In line with the MOU signed with the GIZ and the European Union, we look forward to revamping the public employment centers across the country so that the job canvassing and job matching are projected to appreciable levels. It is envisaged that over 27 public employment centers will be revamped across the country to operate at full capacity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is against this background that the ministry is committed to ensuring that our collaboration works and that employment promotion takes its rightful place in the affairs of the Employment and Labor Relations Ministry. I am optimistic that when we are able to create better employment opportunities with decent work conditions, our youth would not take the risk of putting their lives in danger by traveling through unapproved routes in search of greener pastures. They will be willing to stay home and contribute to national development agenda. It is our expectation that the interaction between job seekers and employers on this platform would generate information about the labor market that would alert training institutions to scale demands of industry. We need to ensure that the demands of industry inform the kinds of knowledge and skills produced by our training institutions. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end this address by expressing profound gratitude to the German government and GIZ for the collaboration in this regard. I have no doubt that there are other areas in which we could collaborate further, and we count on your cooperation to enable us to even do more. I also want to thank the participating companies for making available their vacancies and accepting to meet job seekers on this platform. To the job seekers, I want to encourage you to be committed and hardworking. This will enable you to contribute to greater productivity in your respective companies if you get recruited. Never forget that it is the contributions we make at the enterprise level that aggregate to national economic growth. When we give off our best, the companies are able to expand, pay better salaries, and then hire more workers. When we fail to do this, businesses collapse and we all lose. It is the hope of the ministry and the hope of His Excellency the President that the young Ghanaians who shall see smiles on their faces today would stay on the jobs, sustain them, and contribute to the GDP. Thank you, and I wish you all successful job fair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Again, the Deputy Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Bright Worku-Broby. Again, thank you for coming in to fill in for the Minister who had to leave. He was here earlier but had to leave for a cabinet meeting. And so we're very grateful, Honorable, that you were able to make it here. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, again, don't forget to hashtag Ghana Job Fair 2019 to spread the good news about what is happening here today. But officially, now it is time to open the fair. And we can't do that without our distinguished guests here today. So I'd like to invite again the German ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency, Mr. Christoph Retzlaff, to join us here on the stage. Also, the country director for GIZ. So Alan Walsh, if you would still come back up here. Michael as well, Michael Blanc, with the delegation of German Industry and Commerce. Also, the Ghana German Center for Jobs, Migration and Reintegration. The entire team, let's have you here as well. There they are, in their colorful red shirts. So now you know the people who have been working so hard to put all of this together. And of course, the Honorable Deputy Minister for Employment and Labor Relations. Please, if you will, Honorable Bright Worku-Broby, if you could please join us back up here for the ribbon cutting ceremony, which will officially open the 2019 Ghana Job Fair.
You have to speak.
I'll hold the microphone for you.
Yeah. Okay. So we say we declare the Ghana Job Fair open.
Okay. So we declare the Ghana Job Fair opened.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Honorable. Thank you again to our distinguished development partners. Yes, officially, now the ribbon has been cut, so the job fair is open. But we have a small matter of a panel discussion to embark on before we can all go around and take in all of the various companies that have come here today to offer job opportunities to you. Okay? But before we start with our discussion, again, a bit of housekeeping and some logistical things that we'd like to go over. Washrooms. If you are interested in a washroom, then to my right, which would be your left, the washrooms are behind the structure, okay, to the right. You can see the signs that will point where the male and female washrooms are, all right? Also, we mentioned it earlier, but in case you missed it, for those of you who need help with your CVs, if you need help with your CV, the CV clinic is also to my right. You can see the signs are also posted there. You can go there, take your CV, it'll be looked over, you'll get some advice as to whether or not it is up to scratch for the job opportunities you're searching for, okay? That's a wonderful way for you to improve the way that you look on paper. And then of course, after looking good on paper, we always need to look good in person, and that is why we have the mock interview station. Mock interview station. This is where you can go and actually engage in an interview for a job and see what it would be like if you were actually in that job interview. So if you're somebody who perhaps in the past have been a bit nervous when going for an interview, or you're not quite sure how to answer certain questions, this is a great opportunity for you to go and take part in a mock interview and see how well you fare with that, okay? Now to my left, which is your right, there's going to be a feedback station. We implore all of you, before you leave here today, please go to the feedback station and give your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions. Let us know how we can do this better, okay? The center relies on your feedback to keep improving upon this experience, and they only get better if you suggest ways in which this could be done even better than it already is. So again, please look for the feedback station before you leave, and make sure you leave your comments here. There are so many booths to explore, so many things to see. I'll touch base with some more logistical issues as we go along, but for now I think it's time for us to get started with our panel discussion. We're setting up water, but while they're doing that, I'm going to invite our guests to join us. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? That is it. That's the energy we need. All right. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a brief panel discussion about matching skills and needs, matching skills to industry needs. We find ourselves in a situation oftentimes in Ghana where there may be jobs available, but the candidates looking for those jobs might not match up to the skills needed for those jobs. So what do we do about that? How do we get this done? How do we match the job candidates that we have to the employment opportunities that are available? Let's welcome our guests who are going to help us through this discussion. Emma Ofori-Agyemang is the director at the Ministry for Employment and Labor Relations, leading the technical processes for the development of policies, plans, programs, and budgets for all activities of the ministry. Emma, welcome. Please join us on stage. Great to have you on the panel. Regina Honu is the founder of Soronko Solutions. She is a Ghanaian social entrepreneur and software developer. She founded the Soronko Academy, which is the first coding and human-centered design school for children and young adults in West Africa. Regina, it's a pleasure to have you as part of our panel today. Please join us. And I have to add that she went to an excellent secondary school called Holy Child School, Cape Coast. Yes, we went to a good school. All right. Genevieve Puni is Director of RecTrain Services. She's a human resources practitioner and training expert. Her key professional achievements over 12 years of experience is in human resources management, consulting across Europe and Africa. Her company collaborates with the Center on Soft Skills and Employability Skills Training. Welcome, Genevieve Puni, as well to the conversation. So for those of you looking for human resource and recruitment consultancies, Genevieve is the woman to talk to. She's doing a lot of work with the center to make this happen. Christian Agoda is currently the head of monitoring and evaluation at the National Vocational Training Institute, that's NVTI. He's a building technologist by profession, a member of the Institute of Engineering and Technology in Ghana, and a member of the Committee of Plans and Programs at the Institute of Engineering and Technology. He's a professional teacher, and he's been in the classroom for over 13 years. He's also married with 3 sons. Welcome, Christian, as part of our panel today. We have something in common. I also have 3 sons, and I know what a handful that can be. A very exciting household. We have 2 Christians, ladies and gentlemen. This one of the German persuasion. Christian Wittmann is the cluster coordinator for sustainable economic development at GIZ. He's been working for the last 25 years for the German Development Corporation, out of which he has spent 14 years with GIZ, mainly in the fields of private sector development and vocational training. Welcome, Christian Wittmann. And last but certainly not least, probably the person I've spoken to the most in the past couple of weeks, Benjamin Versten is the regional coordinator for the Center for Jobs, Migration and Reintegration with GIZ. He's been with GIZ for 6 years in the areas of circular migration and employment, setting up centers for jobs, migration, reintegration in Albania, Serbia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and since last year, he has been responsible for the centers in Ghana and Nigeria. This is Benjamin Versten, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to all of you for agreeing to be part of this panel today. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll try to keep it as brief as possible. We will open the floor for questions from you, so you can ask our panelists anything that's on your mind regarding this job fair or regarding the theme that we're talking about today, which is matching skills to industry and how we can get it done, okay? And it seems appropriate that we should start at the policy making and educational level. So I'm going to direct the first line of questioning to Emma, who is representing the ministry today, and to Christian from Ghana, who is representing NVTI, all right? With regards to education, academia, and industry, what steps are being taken to bridge the gap between academia and industry, theoretical training and practical experience, all right, particularly at the policy-making level? So we keep talking about the fact that there's this gap between what people learn in the classroom and what is actually out there as far as practicality and real-world experience. So at that policy-making level and the educational level, what steps are being made to address this gap? Let's start with you, Emma.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and good morning to all of you. And that's a very good question indeed, and it sincerely has been a subject that has been discussed for some time. I think both are extremely relevant. Academia in itself brings onto industry some level of critical thinking that industry needs to take advantage of. So the role of academia is extremely very important. But yet again, there's something more. And that is where we talk about skills, upskills, and skills again. Skills would have to complement critical thinking to an extent that you find useful what academia brings to the fore, then hands-on becomes something else that must be harnessed. Hands-on in terms of doing the things that ought to be done, the things that provide effective solutions for the everyday things we see around us. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible and not being extremely theoretical. So what that means is, beyond critical thinking, we all need hands-on skills, competency-based skills, middle-level manpower skills that can provide effective solutions to the everyday challenges we have. And I believe the government's transformational agenda for the TVET transformation is the way to go. I say this because TVET continues to be and give and provide, in addition to critical thinking, where academia, gets up to that level, provides the basic hands-on training that we need to fix the things around. So in supporting the government's transformational agenda, in revamping the TVET institutions, in also bringing to the fore and making people understand that it is important that that middle-level manpower to complement the top-level tertiary critical thinking part is the way to go. And I would want us to consider it at both levels, because you need both critical thinking and hands-on, and industry needs such skills as much as possible.
Christian, it sounds as though Emma is speaking a lot about the educational aspect of this. So what do you have to contribute with NVTI? Obviously, at your level, it's well past probably elementary and all of that. But what is your take on this? The role that education has to play in preparing the skills that we need for the job market?
Thank you. In the development of curriculum of every skills, there's the need for us to take into consideration the industry that the people who are being trained are going to end up at the end of the day. So there is the need for occupational standard to be developed. And this occupational standard is what exactly the industry needs in a specific skill area, which will be able to respond adequately to the manpower needs of the very skill area that institutions are training in. It is the reason why when we are developing the curriculum, it should be industry-led, because industry is the final destination of all the people that are going through training at the time.
Is it currently industry-led, though, the curriculum that is being formulated by government? Is it industry-led?
Yes, it is industry-led. So what usually happens is that industry is engaged. For example, if the mic I'm handling now we are going to train people in how to manufacture this mic. We need to go to the company who is manufacturing this mic and ask, what do you expect of graduates who are coming into your industry to manufacture this mic to have? Okay. Then they tell you. That forms the industry standards. And this is what is developed into units of learning, which informs the curriculum that the academic institutions use to train the people before they go to industry. Once this is done, with industry in view, industry is certain that the people who are coming out are actually going to address the industry needs.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking now about employability of job seekers and making sure that they can actually meet the demand of the industry. So who ultimately is responsible for that? I'm sure most people will say it's government's duty or it's the duty of our educational institutions, but should private sector play a role? We're relying on development partners as well, as we're seeing today. So let's touch base with German Christian, and Benjamin to get their take on this as well, from your perspective as partners in all of this, and how you fit in employability of job seekers, and whether or not you think there should be more stakeholders who put a bit more effort into doing that.
Yeah, thank you very much. As my namesake and friend Christian 1, I'm Christian 2 by the way, said already, it's very important that the industry comes in when it comes to occupational standards. I think there's still room for improvement, to be frank, here in Ghana, that the industry plays a more active role and is more proactively engaged by government to set the standards. But in general, the companies are the ones creating most of the jobs, but the government has to play a very proactive role in setting the enabling environment for that. Enabling environment includes providing the schools, providing vocational training institutes, providing job centers and employment advisory centers, but at the end of the day, it's the industry providing the jobs. So that's why it's like a public-private partnership. Both have to work together, otherwise it won't work.
Yeah, I mean, I can nothing but agree to these words, obviously. We also, as the Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration, seek to team up with the corporate world, with the industry, as it's being coined here. But where we come from as the center is rather the individuals, the job seekers, our clients, whom we like to support and whom we support in boosting their skills and developing career plans and a plan to capitalize on their skills, on their competencies very much. So obviously that can't work without a strong engagement of the private sector. That's why we are very happy that we are organizing this job fair together with the delegation of German Industry and Commerce as one representative of many important companies here in the country. But as I said, we come from the center, more from the side of the job seekers, to try to bridge the gap on, build the bridge, so to say, between them leaving the educational institutions and entering into job market and developing decent and sustainable careers for income generating for themselves.
Okay. So Christian too has talked about the fact that it has to be a public-private partnership, otherwise it won't work. And you're also coming from the perspective of the job seeker and how they also need to enhance their skills to match what the industry needs. But as a development partner, as development partners, why invest your resources in this? Why is it important for us to rely on partners like you to make this happen? And what are some of the positives you can share with us about the programs you've been running so far? Christian too.
I think for not only for the German government and as a long-standing development partner of Ghana, but also when you look at any other development partner, be it multilateral like the World Bank, ILO, or the DFID or the USAID, job creation is very high on the agenda. So it's actually a good match with the priority setting of the Ghanaian government, that we work in the same direction. And before people thought, oh, just with vocational training we can create jobs. It's not true. That is employability and not employment promotion. So it needs a concerted efforts of all development partners, all government agencies and the private sector, be it Ghanaian companies or German companies organized through the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They have all to work together for this goal, because at the end of the day, if the youth of Ghana doesn't have a perspective, it is not good for anyone in this world. It might lead to more migration, and it does not lead to building Ghana beyond 8, if you want. So employment creation is really a top priority of all of us.
At this juncture, I'd like to introduce a gentleman who is here with us. His name is Frank Boahini. Frank, where are you? Frank is here. I know he's here. He's probably just gotten up from his seat. All right, he just took a call. All right, we'll get him back in a second so he can also share with us some programs that he's involved with and how they also are supporting the initiatives that the Ghana German Job Center is trying to implement here. So we'll check back later if he's back in his seat, and then we'll get some insight from him about the Skills Initiative for Africa. But why don't we talk to Genevieve and Regina a bit now as well? We're discussing, again, bridging the gap between academia and industry. Based on the information that you have, Genevieve, as an HR professional, and Regina, as a private employer, social entrepreneur, based on what you know, what are the needs of the industry? And are you seeing the skills that are needed coming through your doors? Okay, so what's your perspective for people who recruit labor and the kind of job seekers who come your way?
Okay, so we hear from both parties, right? So from private sector employers that are looking to hire, and also for young people that are looking to go into the job market. And from employers, you know, they speak about what we've coined the soft skills, right? Some intangibles that you can't teach somebody. So you can teach somebody 1 + 1 is 2, but can you teach somebody to be passionate? Can you teach somebody to be innovative? Can you teach somebody to show up on time? You know, to put in something extra to the work.
Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance.
Come from school and had a lot of theory, and it wasn't their fault based on whatever institution that they went to. For some of them, they are unfamiliar with certain technologies or even certain ways of doing things. From being able to even properly take an interview in front of a panel, that's a challenge. From being able to articulate. We even have some young people where English is a challenge, right? When they go in for some sessions and there are certain sentence construction, they don't even comprehend what's happening. So for both, when you look at both spheres of the conversation,
The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
But also now, it makes no sense for a young person not to be fully prepared because the internet is freely available. So it's essential that you prepare yourself. Nobody's going to give you anything. You must develop the attitude of aggressively seeking opportunity. If you're just there waiting for things to happen, you'll be waiting. Because I just want to add, you are not competing locally. You are competing globally now. So your competitor is not just your fellow university students, but people from all over the world.
And I think just to add on to what Regina mentioned, I deal with two clients, which is the employers and the employees, just like Benjamin. And normally what we tend to find with our clients is that there's always a mismatch with regards to what they're looking for. Now, human resources is going down the route of, can you be innovative? Can you think on your feet? In terms of your culture, can you fit within the culture that I'm looking for? Do you ooze that particular thing that I'm looking for? And sometimes we don't find, I personally don't find it in the candidates. So we do something called Get Employed in 3 steps, so that we prepare you to meet the corporate client that we want to present you to. So we take them through interview skilling, how to even review your CVs, making sure that the CVs is actually speaking on your behalf before you even get the opportunity to go to be interviewed, how you present yourself at the interview. So it's always like a chicken and hen situation, because sometimes our clients are looking for creativity, innovativeness, people who can fit within their culture, and not necessarily somebody who's experienced technically, but somebody who can fit within their culture, which they are very happy to train. But half of the time you meet these people, just as what Regina said, you find that they're missing a lot of things, and it's no fault of theirs. They don't know anything. So we use that opportunity once we meet, because as part of my policy in my company, if you do not pass through that process, I'm not going to present you to my client. So we do that upskilling just to make sure that they at least get the opportunity to be seen.
That's the upskilling, I think, that Emma was talking about earlier. At every stage, there needs to be an improvement in skill. But you're saying it's not the potential employee's fault. So whose fault is it? Christian 1, from the educational I'm going to come to you. I know you deal more with the technical and vocational education, but they're talking about things that are soft skills that you may not necessarily find in a textbook. Should those things be taught, though, in our institutions? Are we waiting too late to introduce that kind of education to our students? And what are we waiting for then?
Yeah, actually, soft skills are not explicitly taught in our training institutions. I'll even tell you that because English was not a final paper in the past, you'll see a lot of TVET students not patronizing English class. So it is now that it is being made compulsory, and you will see them patronizing the class. So if we take a policy decision to include these soft skills into our curriculum, then we will be on the way to addressing some of these challenges before they graduate.
You said if we take a decision to introduce these skills. Emma, you're smiling. You see, Emma is on the employment and labor relations side. The education side is in the hot seat now on this, right? You said if. When? How about when? When are we going to introduce those soft skills into the curriculum?
Once we have identified it as a problem now, there is the need for us to start thinking about capacity building arrangements, so that at the point where the graduate is transiting from school to the job market, there could be a 1-week orientation, 2-week orientation program to build their capacity in these soft skills, so that they can be chest out to face the world of work.
Did you want to add to that?
Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosme's, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonatron.com, and many more. We hope to see you there.
And the mindset of the blame game, because at the end of the day you have to be able to get to that point, because you're competing against 200 people, which is what typically we get applications for when we're recruiting for example, an administrator. So you have to be able to be on point before you are even matched with the person.
Emma, you wanted to add something before I go to Frank?
Okay. Sincerely, what I would quickly add is, it is a continuum of processes that never stops. Indeed, theoretical training is very important, like I've said, because critical thinking for me is number one. But beyond critical thinking,
5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosme's, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonatron.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? The Ghanaian German the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and
I think high jammed, and so we are having a lot of internet connectivity, and the whole system is jammed. But I say somewhere over thousands of Mabuna Womo Abaha se Ombabepe Ejuma Aye, and the assurance is woman free hano, a lot of them benya enyuma aye. Ti Beshia Emranteni Bina Obia Ekura ni CV womu area centers no. German aban ewa hantina na Sydney ewa GIZ and afe ye egu ahodo a wo mo dwen se mabuna so onya adwuma ye aka ho abomu a wode dwuma die sonkwen e de abana osofa wo hwe epade ho nsam so na bedi akire sanso na German na Sydney enso ewa ha na mabunu pempem a wo free emiamia ahodo pi enche ye ne ebi ebedi nkomo na ye bisa wo mo CV se de ntia wo mo nya adwuma enye ni yakọ centers ne bi ankasa ahwe how best omanfo betumi enya adwuma atumi aye ti yeguso a ye de adwuma die ebra na sabre to no asha sia ne sa achese sentrefo ene asoafo no hwe centers ahodo no ehunu niema potinga wo mo ewo ene kwan a wo betumi afaso na wo mo anya adwuma aye me ben nipa ni bi at random na mabisa wo mo asuse wo mo epe adwuma aye anase ehho asem etese ma menko madam so madam empom bokode
ba just
empom bokode na wani o pe adwuma anase o ye exhibitor
o me de me babai say ye ba be pe adwuma eni ahwe de ekoso
watene fiache
oh there be owie inche
for school ben
oh oko Ashesi University
yeah course ben na mobile matumi
marketing I or yeah marketing
wa constants ni bi mo na
me hwehwe ni internet so around
ti ohunu se ya da se pi mo mama mi sa odi
me de bempong
Yema maybe mpon ena yene no edi enkomo no nti yene nipa wo mo ebo apro ni bi edi enkomo na yebisa wo mo reasons wo mo de bae how long wo mo atena fie kwan ben so ena wo mo gidi so be free na wo mo anya adwuma aye a lot of people but then yebehwe na yene osofo abedi akira wɔhwɛ apadi ho nsɛm so my Ghana mu enso edi enkomo sane ne empanimfo pi no ano ebedi enkomo GIZ empanimfo ai wo hanso yene wo mo ebedi enkomo along the line we are trying to find out minister before we wura mu na me di enkomo bi no wɔkyerɛ sɛ quite serious kakra because unemployment rate no kosra and na ma tutrafo nya nipa every say the devil finds job for the idle hand said e kan no eba ne sa obehunu sɛ na obi abowura mu a wonya mabunu ni bi na ode wo mo eye adwuma ma me nipa ebi na eja empomba ko de
me adom bi abako
wo pa adwuma
ha woni chia
what na fear for how many years
best 2 years ni be from 2017 to now.
How difficult has it been say ubenya adwuma
these days no yakwa say whom you know nti no we said any wafa bia na say bra bia o ye adwuma wo ebi abanjuma kuma na se bebia ene on yo abetena fie sa ana se won sheda ni skills bia wan kasa betumi edi aye bibi na watonton ne kakra dia abo an hwa anije pa de onya
ba ne san ete sen se awofo ahwe wo no akọ school na so you have to be a burden
burden e die mpempi especially wo frɛ wo parents krana obi so mo sika kra na edu time ana den no more complaining na on pay adwuma anye a whole lot of stuff nti we said any parents are very supportive I am betimi abo na till time a ho beto abenya adwuma na den na de bu a wan kasa no to a you are not happy when inye nti no emotionally we are strong kra na obeko from sometimes emotionally you become really down.
But what cubicles ni bi more
me ba nyame adom mako some of the families mako best 3 of them and omo amama for the CV amomo and ebiso omo mame omo wisho ni bia h3 no se manage ho a na me a e bi mo so assure say on be frɛ ye na omni ye di nkomba na bibia ho bia no oma ye nti
ma me say odin
ye frɛ me Paul
right enti Paul na ye ne no edin nkomba no we are moving on Sabrina yahwe uno say is it delegation of the German industry commerce amane bone say German aban say obehwe na watumi ama wo manfo no enyuma wutie ambassador no abra na me ne di nkomo e wo nche ha no anche mu anu wo de ba ne say wo mo hwe kwan a wo metumi afa so na mabunu no atumi anya enyuma aye wo hunu sabre bi mo sankrata e wo form ha ne ade a wo mo hwe se anye bia no wo betumi qualify any of enyuma ahodo no na yetumi afa wo mo a enti to no mo a na wo mo gunti udru center bia we GIZ for wo mo center wo hwe mo a wo mo na adwuma dia ankasa no de be fa ne se esi wo mo na so na wo mo nkrata ahodo e wo ha na sabre wo mo eche madam mpoko de
boko jamiado
ma wo se GIZ mo stand mo ye den poten
ye job fair
but the make business say mo ha no what are you doing meaning say mo no mo adwuma so what exactly na yeah
patroni
mami ne mami nkasa ai madam boko de
boko
within me hu no ye Grace nsia
otite
mami Grace mo ye den GIZ mo nche Vodafone akasa obi pa adwuma ho benya bia ye mo stands no de na mo ye
yes stand ha employment for sustainable development they trying in Africa the short no yes E4D GIZ E4D there you say you need private investors and a kabom emma amount for Ghana mine emma any emabunu no titru yama omo training no say in technical vocational training and also in agri business enti se bia opese usua welding e bia opese usua carpentry
Nsano dwuma bia.
Nsano dwuma bia ni kwa dwuma bia pesa wo ye bia. Na de
stand ha. Aha.
De obi ba stand ha. Ye stand ha no ye pe private investors a omni e be kan bom. Ni ma amanfo nsano dwuma.
E bia no bi hwe no wamma ha. How obeda contact mo? Private investor. How person? Private
investor person contact you no E4D GIZ E4D. Obehu yen anaso oba Pine Square airport residential area obehu yen wo ho.
All right. Me da say me call a lot of the centers in me channel tell na say ye call ye nimu a ye ne other centers no GIZ for stands and sabre uhu no e wo ha no na ye ne empanimfo ne pii no ano eguso ebedi enkomo na ya hwe stands no Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations e wo ha. I don't know what exactly one stands no one more hwe but then mabunu na bo apeso pa Vodafone for monfa wo mo adwuma data what stands be saying
Marco Bermiensa but I share which one is directly geared towards my career.
Career near there.
I'm looking into oil and gas, particularly looking at the upstream and the downstream sector so that I can improve upon the Ghanaian energy sector as well. Yeah, that's what I'm looking into.
And how long have you been home?
Actually, I'm not home. I'm actually working with an uncle of mine currently, but I'm also trying to develop other sides of me, like studying Python in computer language and also studying other things in relation to any other thing concerning what's going on around the world. Yeah.
But so far, how does it look?
Oh, it looks really interesting. I mean, I believe that if this is continually going on for subsequent times, definitely there will be a breakthrough for most unemployed graduates at home. Yeah, that's what I believe in.
That's me Saudi.
You're from Robert Dati. Bishop program pa.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Robert and you need in common. Yeah, Mpombo Kodi.
Nyamado.
Over Pejuma.
Pejuma.
What nephew for how many years?
Kuna achepa mitikwa by achepa
mi. Okay, oko shim kakra.
Hu kakra by so still anye.
There be oko country by.
Oh, me ko Libya na area Germany immediately na ya push here by deport here.
Okay. Na me kai me nim say GIZ for HRS obia bia obe free akwantuma bakra no betumi aboa no wakọ mo ho ne omadi nkomo
na me ko training kran wo kaswa but still me TV me ko be yes me be account bi wo na dobraka ye ko be so still ye TV na recent ya me ti say job fair be me say memra me say bia nyame be madoma.
We will try and find answers as to why I be mama training Nastala no winya enshas ye enye wajuma. But I went to one now sign by and I say
you deport me na
bedru fi net say mostly no otu kwan sa expectation here high na your ball ba to say
and na nyezi cry in fact na edi mommy pa na so nyame adom kakra na edi tina me pe juma by force ano
but o qualification here then.
Oh well me we elementary middle school asana me to kwan yeah
until middle school now they be pay adwuma no until adwuma e betumi afa middle school now
because me name driving so me a driver until me nya driving side wa adwuma bia mo I can do it.
Mami Saudi
from Johnson Nipa there.
Johnson Nipa there.
Yeah.
Johnson here that's Johnson Nipa there any dey in common no director Raymond Ablo. We are exhibitor now be pay adwuma.
Me exhibitor.
Okay, mo stands why?
Yes, stands with your homemakers and with your
homemakers. Moye den.
You do man say you cast homemakers are making home safer and healthier. You who say Ghana hano you baby tremono say ope say obi beye say nanny and I say caregiver and as bibi sana na ye fa nkwala fi krase ni ade de ma in crying na e ba sa nso na e ha adwen bibiri tisi a wohwe free SHS na aba no so na nkwala no krampo no ntumi nyom krapo metina ofi so me bibia ma ho but above that no ma bebre ni ma ebre bi atwemo no anka muti fie o me dwuma ofi so mo nyama sate ye dwuma ma career women woni me ma nyina e penti ama kwan kese abede efi ho no ma say yenya like home keepers and I say housekeepers ni etumi nya ebi mu ti say nannies caregivers ni ade a anko betumi ahwe fie no ma yi fie ni aye yi ena sankrofo no yen unya ntiti papa bi a untumi nya sa adwuma ni yie sesi a SS na we SS anaso bia wakọ nursing school anaso health assistant no so enya ntiti papa bi a wo ne ko hye okro untumi nye ena ehon so no omama ko school kran person be san akọ ho apart from that no akitua kra etua wo ho ene se na ye hu no enya de bia fa nkọ person mo ko ho ntube hu se Ghana obi tumi we university otumi kwa broche ekọ edwuma as a cleaner as a bibia ye wa ha nyina ompe no otumi ko ye wo ho na so ye ba ha ntumi nye eni na homemakers no ya hu say we are professional home care and management services say ye twe omama we secondary school vocational school technical schools any omo nurses any omama ye health assistants adwuma chefs cooks ne ade
mo adwuma
ye bomo ano na ye mamo adwuma ye train am in the first place no omo go through training omo register no ma go through training na so register go through training now as enrolled trainees no omo ye wi na ye guru mo a na ya make sure say almost security issues in terms of police report na ade no ya check bibia ya yankese na de omo fem na ya medical checks no bi amfa yare anko obi fie
nti mu wi na afema mo adwuma
na ya ma mo adwuma.
I have to speak to a lot of people, and hopefully we do more stands where you better so now for yedi and common. Mate, and we are still on. I just say yedi and common wa yeshe said the stands at here and so we a job fair just 2019. Among for Juma Association of Ghana Industries. Opani Johnson Opoku Ampumboko Ghana Industries.
Yes, Association of Ghana Industries.
It Michelle be how Baba Pejuma. Mostandi na mo ye de abo manfo.
Oni dikan. So when say Association of Ghana Industries, ye all the industries na all Ghana no. Omo share ase. Aha, na wumu aya na omo pe enkrofo omo person omo ni omo ye adwuma. Obi wa no person obeye opening nti on person obeye advert bebre on attrain for a long time nti omo de beso so say bi omo hia nkrofo a say omo ene omo adwuma ti obi a hia HR professional ebi hia technical hands ebi a factory hands ne ade omo de beso so a na so ya hwe kwan a befa so a ye be recruitment and dia ma omo and ye be recommend nti ebi o ha ye ne universities in kasa for na ewie school a ebi omo amama so ate so mo padwuma ye ana so bi won so aya na ye nkrofo ebinim ba ebe ka chen so bi omo padwuma omo de omo CVs ebe gu ye ho nti ye hwe CVs ni mu ana ye hwe nia obetimi afete that role na ye ne ye nkrofo na kasa so ye won nipa be mienu ana miensa bi a ombetimi aye adwuma wo sa company nim ne ya handing on over e dia amount nti ye wo ha
readily no obi aba job fair bi am say more trading telephone numbers me hu say mo agi CV so how do you tell if this one is qualified adwuma we ya we pen we na betumi aye
ne dikan nti omamayen omudin sei no ne etoso mienu sei ka kire omo so wo de odin amayen a send service ne kan brain ye di service ni na egu database ni mu nti immediately ye benya ye nkrofo mbe kase bia Johnson ye hia nkrofo me ye director for business development services nti e ho na me wo nti se obi omu hia nkrofo a omu ba na omu ni aba be kasa nti omu ni kasa wi a ne ya hwe service ni mu ne ya profile ne aka che on say okay ya shortlist ni pa be bia emiensa based on the service na omu de aba ne ye feel say omu betima ya adwuma no nti mu fa emu back out of the 3 aha nti ne ye no
and so we have on your rest assured so before I came no many organizers GIZ for German members needing common the kind say over 1,000 people na benya ejuma ewo ha and that means you can't guarantee wa ha
no yent mean guarantees
mo jealous no
ya jealous no bibisa na mu na assurance ne say na ye nkrofo na ban tentem enti yenya list say no ye fair bibi news flash ye send one mail a call over 1,500 members na catch on say yenya list wa ha into obi a ope nkrofo in this category no say see I employ no on my asonte ne emfa service ne mra o tentem no mo fa adwuma into no although eye debi ebe ye ne etimi ye ochena etimi ye next week
aya ya da so fa Ghana Association of Ghana Industries and yene wo wedding komono. Me nim e bia na obi hwe yen wonya ya nkoye adwuma of Fidelity Bank. I mean hwe Fidelity for stands ha. What exactly say Fidelity for my adwuma ho. Say director empombo ko de.
Na me adum.
Oh, okay. Fidelity more stands what exactly? When the baker say obi ankasa. Oh, we just want to corporate no way. What is happening? That's all. And what exactly is happening?
Yes, no. I will not talk.
All right. Yeah, that's it. And pressure on one 58 to that other stands, no. Anointed Electrical Engineering Services. But I go here. That I'm Pumboko there. Anointed Electrical, okay. Anointed Practical Engineering. Oh, okay. Moya day.
Yeah, no, your mouth named dear in San Wajuma. Don't say be na ku school. Omoko school siani ma be homework be but oberi no oko interviewer ye bisa ne say we ye ne say anhu ye. Nti ye adwuma ye ne say your mouth sa nim dear ne say de wasua wo school no. Wo de ba won sa no nti wasua nimdeɛ na wo tirim but oba ha na yɛn yɛ ma nimdeɛ na yɛ ma epie won sa no sɛ de obetimi de ayɛ nsa no adwuma nti wo no nkodan aban sɛ aban ma adwuma but why engineering also mechanical engineer yɛ de engine to ha ɛsɛ otimi yɛ den overhaul engine no yɛ de engine so na ɛnyɛ adwuma o ka sɛ ɛsɛ otimi repair nti wo no already no won sa no adwuma de bɛyɛ adwuma nti yɛn no yɛ ma sa nimdeɛ no ɛma school na wakɔ na nimdeɛ na wakɔji o school na otimi de yɛ adwuma ɛma wo de wo
you know, one for Baha, most of my church DNA or my telephone numbers, most will be job seeker, we say worker, we say, mom for you.
Yeah, Majuma, so says, yeah, training and Crawford. Into Yenya, almost won him there, obey me a training obi, because all no be training obi as I own him the unwashro. In the answer, Pobia, on also him the unwashro power areas be. Now, the Oma answer a Juma Moma training afro.
German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there.
Yeguso edi enkomo a sabre yakotie osofo utumu se days no so ho na speech ni biaba na fair no eguso enti yebetie ada brofo bebre no but minim se nipa aba ha no adwuma titiru na wo mo hwehwe eja boko de
boko
pa che fro say
friend Benjamin
Ben ufri hin na ba
me fi your friends Spinters.
Ben refi baby of free buy. What you say? Why up adwuma desperately? Adwuma ben na opese oye.
Oh. Me angasa de me feel the IT so.
But oba I think the first time was an IT way wako
Amalitech. Yeah.
Wako ho no almost then.
Oh, almost adwuma bebre over 300 jobs. Your friend is saying cloud computing. Your friend is saying senior. Actually, they are your friend is saying a storage company, a cloud storage company. Almost in Impa.
And see, Omafawana.
Me, oh, there be me. Kubisa omo adia omo beye na de hanu.
No, because the understanding and say nipa beba ha no ombenya enyuma aye quickly.
Yeah. Your friends say enyuma ne de senior papa ne kasa no see there's over 300 openings. So omo ebe different places. But if you are not interested to move from Accra to maybe Takoradi, then maybe you have to forget about it.
All right. And Yeguso Yada Sipi. Yɛda wase yɛgu so ɛdi nkɔmmɔ no ɛbisa nsɛm no nipa no ɛwɔ ha pii a wɔn mo ɛpɛ enyuma ayɛ aso sɛ wɔn mo ɛnyɛ bi sɛ wɔn mo ɛnyɛ bi no yɛne ebi bɛdi nkɔmmɔ but maame ne ɛyɛ organizers no ebi ɛni nkɔmmɔ na yɛn find out how so far nneɛma ɛkɔ we ambush.
Nyamiadum.
My mom can a match on your life. But then, what exactly are people going to get jobs to do from here?
Yes.
Open here, boy. Yeah. Rank and Kasa with GIZ today.
I'm your advisor.
What fame? This is the first one, right?
There be second one. I kind of said test one last year. I know they selecting 400. Any amount more training. Any day or more amount companies. Nyamiadom Nipano almost 25% enye juma. Sa for na besi no munyenye bino ya de omunyina abahanso. Sisi ya our companies well over 150. Ewa ha obia ansa na obeba ha na chese wo vacancy be mienu. Enti say ya calculate ya our vacancies well over 800. Yeah, Pencroft, or be failures our positions, no. And tonight, the air cost no, ya was civic corner, or more, my banswa, bia. Find your befaso, actual CV last minute, so by changes be one. And almost so, be interview skills, you know, just finishing touches, na, or meshia employers, no, Nanyamea, Doma, or Manya, Ejuma. Ya both true, ni say, ansana, dear Bessan, dear Bessai, and normal free, Hano. Anyere nipa be 500 there ombenya adwuma
at least nipa 500
at least nipa 500 medical kase
unemployment rate here hard because share the number of nipa around 500 benya adwuma
nipa no dodo na nso ye bia secondary school for omo university omo pay internship opportunities ebinom nso ye nuanom a or technical schools, vocational schools, or more pay internship opportunities. And the new munyana no more permanent jobs. I mean, a school for the ones who more pay internship and also encourage it because normally no complaints need any penny working experience. Until we are making that available. A binum so se obe hua young crop for training or manga some businesses or master or monso dos waha. They are also exhibiting. In the Nipano Edoson, Bebri and Penyimfo Kakran Sofra, your ministry, employment and labor relations, Honorable Minister Bafo Abako, but Nen Croft so ewa happy. Labor Department and so aha, omonso ye recruitment kase ya bota eti true ni se Labor Department besan fa ne tomapa afra sebeya. Obi pe juma mikrom jape krom ho be bia enze so faka e bankran se obepe juma. Yeah.
Like I said, a form.
Employment, you can say you be free hand, no, anya nipa esobeti by 500, 600. Now, this is just to kickstart a much bigger conversation. Say, there must be series of programs, say, GIZ, organizing, to bring employers and employees together. If they meet, nipa no behu ni sinto, okwa obeye hu ejuma. If they meet the ope juma behu what opportunities there are, nankobasa sebi. I just say all the time, ukita envelope the kura penyi be office, and sana wenye juma. There should be that personal encounter. Na confidence level, boost to confidence, how to speak to people who need jobs. As small opportunity now, you know how to demonstrate your capacity to work and work well.
That's but utie minister assembly okan say unemployment rate na kosoro sa na ama yehu sa titrafo terrorist ba na entino jama aban no etu anamon bi e wo ho ana in terms of say enwuma na ema adwuma no jama adwuma no aban no de na wo mo ye directly
meka say jama aban de omo ye eyemwa enam omo de afa omo development assistance agency GIZ so a Omode airboa, in fact, a Kitahudi between Germany and Ghana. Enti, one or more boy, a biana say, or my boy, yet me a day, a Juma, Abeguha, Airborne Pies, Yanum Benyabi. Fundamental problem, no,
nokre baako pɛ Ghana ye economy no enso saa
Alan Walsh nyana
Alan Walsh
mame nkwachi papa we na me hwehwe papa we ono na oye director Emma GIZ we ambush mo fan cheme na say me hu say na Mr. Alan, excuse me. On telephone. Hello, Mr. Alan. How are you?
Fine.
This is KOFI TV. You are live on Facebook, on YouTube. Everybody is watching you. First of all, GIZ, what exactly is the aim of this job fair?
Well, the German cooperation in one of the organizations is the GIZ under the German Ministry of Development Cooperation, and we are intending to support the Ghanaian government finding ways, sustainable ways to create networks of job seekers and companies, institutions who provide jobs. One of the instruments is this job fair, which I think in other countries works very well. And we introduced it last year as the first section. It was a very small job fair. We had about 100 people who had jobs afterwards. This year we are intending to have already thousands, so 1,000. So in future we want to continue, and it has to grow. So it's a process where we are jointly participating with the Ghanaian government in order to participate in that goal of Ghana Beyond Aid, that Ghana will be sustainable and change also attitudes in finding jobs, in doing their jobs, so for a brighter future.
Sure, but what exactly is the main goal? Is it that you don't want Ghanaians to travel far, you want them to stay in Ghana? That is the reason for this partnership? Or what is the key goal?
The key goal is that Ghanaians have a lot of potential in their country, here in Ghana, to build up. And this is what we want to support.
So those out there who are not getting jobs should come home as well?
They can come home and they find jobs as well. Yes, this is also one of the parts. But I mean, Ghanaians have also good jobs in Germany. Yeah, this is also, we offer also jobs for proper jobs, not illegal ones, in Germany. But it's vice versa. But first of it, we have to build up or support Ghana in building up their economy and the jobs here, because people want, mostly what they want is to stay at home and not go abroad, yeah, for their jobs, for their life.
All right, thank you very much for your time, sir. All right. Opening Alan Walsh and Yanino Eddie and Common. Opening funny Pinoa Ewa, but then I was a and send me granny free in chain. Na mede we etwa so ma memra opani what real chemu yene nim komo kakra aja obedan ho kakra bia ma yena yene edi enkomo yenhwe. I heard a question bia obisa say it looked like mo amoye disabled no yanhwe da factor mo papa. How difficult is it? We be say omo ewo ahoden ene mo nyina let me put it that way, say just not to be just putting it as it is, you know. How did sure. How difficult is it, sir? More pay Juma?
Very, very difficult, because when we said I can't say level playing field in your level. Field in your level, as I say, ebia usha steps sena ayi in crofofo yen to me for. Nti say Juma eda soro ho ayen to me enkofe bi. Usha had my abbey disabled ahe ena atumi abaha.
I think say me too.
You too. Ono kra me friend wo fi anope say bibi say eko so nti through me canabra. Apart from that, program ye obi yenya sign language so but yenim say yenya and binum so omo language sign language. Nti ye program say I say obia say if obia ho and I say your factor obia interest shame say na be ya development be more inclusive, but our development is not inclusive enough. So persons with disabilities, yeah.
But I know, sir, your mama quota be a quota no na enchemone say bema kwan ama to say tobuta hold on no ya mama hwe so ada enwuma bi wo ho a
enye no correct tobutu nkwa tobutu na tobutu no for just limited people. Tobutu ahin na Ghana. Persons with disabilities, we are about 15% of the population. So 15% of 80 million. Bubu na she. Usha toll booth na sana ya she toll booth no. They constructed the toll booth without us in mind. So most of our people cannot even enter the toll booth with their wheelchairs. Toll booth no say o to be gina ho. Yen ne pa hin na betumi agina ho. So into who can say who the toll booth ama persons with disabilities are. Na who can she. What you say it could employ some number of people, but that should not be the I mean the totality of support for persons with disabilities. I mean yeah go school be we any masters, so be we any first degree. So nyina ye ba kwa ye juma hotel boat. Ejuma wo ho I say government bibi fa ho. I say government pressing upon the private sector say oh yeah makota employment workforce no 5% should be persons with disabilities, and 10% should be persons with disabilities. Even 2% should be persons with disabilities. So I say abide to me here. And when Rand to say na yeah mami of free ministry I can no Rand to say we employer now employ persons with disabilities are abide to me now tax free be. But Rand enye juma. Rand enye juma. I say Rand no to me juma. I say government I come out with certain guideline. Say na be employers are employ persons with disabilities. The benyas are rebate no to motivate them to be able to employ more persons with disabilities.
All right, but as about why when you anyway.
That be me nyejuma.
Unya bi.
Me no baby akra meko.
Sentence no bebre. Okay, yes I twan am nipa no so te ansa no.
Oni ne asem no. So, intimi apachi me togu me nai so na ya copy am ntin na che say omo ye consultation no mo hwe say companies no ahe na betimi employ persons with disabilities so na yenso ye ba na yenim say company we aya homboa say obe employ disabled people then it becomes more targeted so na ya call direct
that's udini bio
Alex Tete.
Okay, opani Alex Tete ena yene no edi enkomo no data be me kakra. All right. You go so yedi enkomo no but then where your man for wo mo epe enyuma aye ewo oman Ghana mu na sa adwuma de ekọ ede ama wo mo your friend no Trade Fair Center your Fantasy Dome na your war Man Corporation any GIZ aka abomu a womo the Ghanaian German Center for Job Migration and Reintegration Program ya kan nyina abomu bonner short to say job fair sabre ye de April na yeguso live mama hwe say metumi aka comments 1 2 b na afi ya hwe say betwa ye ho ba fi say manya ne tie say nche next session no be sha sesisia na yetumi ahwe eno nso eho asem na yetie ensem a eba no ebi na wo fie na woni adwuma ya I believe say we a opportunity at the mouth say won ka chi betumi aba na obegya o CV e wo ha obi nim dwonkoko a ade ebeche so bibia tumi si ebetumi aba say maybe na when shedeni areshemu papa but before you realize and not just say tom na edem na wetumi enye adwuma no ebi etumi aye ti mami twa me ho sima emra just 1 minute bi me twa me ho emra na yentoa enkomo twetwe no yentwa entwa emra sisia
in German Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23, 2019, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23, 2019, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.
Nipa womo bepe ejuma na womo aye as to say womo enye bi no menimu de yeguso higher Ministry of Employment and Madam
interview no
there be had obe me nkwa dia obepe ejuma
no
onye bi
no not yet, but I just wanted to talk to you about KOFI TV.
But you are live.
Oh my goodness,
you are live on KOFI. So whatever you have to say.
No, I can't. This is a secretive one, no, so. Hi.
Okay, but what will be paid, Juma?
Yes, we paid, Juma.
What percentage no be saying?
Oh, we've been from here all over. We've seen about 50 companies, approximately, yes.
And you've left your CV and your telephone numbers with all of them?
A lot of them.
Do you have any specification as to your area where you are targeting, IT, marketing, whatever?
Communication. I am looking for employment in communication, yes.
You've been to Vodafone?
No, strategic communication, not that kind of communication, like public relations, that area, yes.
All right. And also, just say, nipe guhe nyina obi epe Juma Ghana, it's serious. So, what if you answer? What you
no, I'm a national service personnel, actually. Yes, yes.
Good, smart. Not just say on tenefienche because many be didn't come on what nephew over. Yes.
I've also started my own business as well. I have a tour company. Is this a plug? Regal African Tours. Check us out. But yes, I have a tour company and I'm planning on starting other companies as well. But in the meantime, we could look as well. So we are not sitting idly.
All right. Yeah, that's it. And you go so na nipa no emu a ye hwede e koso. Na still moving. More fiber na good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's. But so far, more many person ejuma. 1, 2, 3. More be ejuma.
My mention ejuma yewo Vodafone. Sesia. Yewo different.
Me say with you.
Your friend Kwabna Meni. Ghana nipa. Me catch you. And so far, different programs. Your friend youth programs. First one year work visits. The students are war school. Actually, a very abstract from their job market. The experience for students are war industry to come and see what we do in Vodafone. So we call there process when you say hello, it goes through a lot of process. There's interface between software and hardware and technology. A hate cell sites near the answer. And to buy a clear demonstration of how the whole process is about. Until you have a first hand and until office school. Now say Vodafone, what's your say? A boost to interest to work with Vodafone and any tech organization. That's the first experience we give the youth.
Our second one, internship. We are taking about 50 students this year for internships in different IT, any commercial, any HR, finance, any supply chain. We are needing about 50 people for that. The assessment in the area almost started June. We are. That's the second. So every year you find about 50. National service, and also you best start ending of this month. Now I shortlisting. But to say the next national service, first now come apply to us. Now I send a list now National Service Secretariat. But to say no, I can say best send a list now my. Na yen e ba yen chen na assess nipa na dia nya no na afi dia be na form. This year we are taking about 50 also to work in the different areas. Apart from national service, your program here in Columbus, Discover is a management training program. Inti fresh graduate or we school or national service no. You far or through training. Into where apply. So see the opening is open now. Until we are accepting CVs for that role. It's across all the Vodafone regions. Until a 2-year program, I be train you. Until one enough for akope. Obey Juma Kakra or HR, Kakra or IT. Until we are now an all-round experience. It's a 2-year training program. Until we are now far away Juma no more. The vacancy now you Juma Maye. So after discovering we are dear pa, you another program in Columbus. And also Ghana phone you focus on. Now when your international experience. Even though we are Ghana, nobody expatriates, it will be UK, Vodafone UK, and now Vodafone South Africa. That is another opportunity for our graduates.
The opportunities in Namoje home service and way.
Yes, and on a church to qualify for any of them. There are different times you BS vacancies. Now I apply for it. So apart from Columbus, you will direct recruitment for entry level, for mid-level and for senior level positions as well. We call it FTE or full-time employment. So these are the different programs at Vodafone in terms of the recruitment portfolio now.
Like I said, I handle the direct recruitment to be a course.
So far, I G service no. Until na ya share on websites and because of digital age, you direct hard copy no. Because we want to reduce the paperwork near then. Until link no, until send them our ukwa no apply to the link no. Na wa apply na ya. So see you recruiting for customer service experience. So offer 100 microphone we hello no waka once much no. We are currently recruiting. As see I'm share database now. A lot of people are catch them say no. Omo apply am call now based on the criteria on your shortlisted na your form adwuma no. Until on the spot recruitment no back here customer service experience no. And there are a lot of IT roles, application developers. We share my Vodafone app, developing. Ghana for because we want to focus more on the Ghanaian people getting jobs here and doing the right thing. And most of the things being done in Vodafone is done by Ghanaians. So that is the focus. And I'm here in charge of that. I make sure that we get the quality profiles from Ghanaians for that. And until I'm here,
but so far, so are you impressed? CVs are more received.
So far, I'm impressed. But one thing that they be American say, there are a lot of job vacancies in Ghana. But I say, in Kwafuna, omo be apply, omo qualify, and now say omo nim baby omekwa, omenya, akwenya apply for. So these opportunities should be coming more, so that people will know that. A lot of roles I mean, CV scroll for it. Even though my publishing, CV is a Obi qualifies no apply because Obi apply Juma. Intenya who ya no why then will apply for it. So it's either say the job vacancies are there, but you don't have the skill set for those roles. And secondly, most people don't know where to apply for those roles. Intenya see idea I say they will be about this kind of programs. Ya born more. Na man crofun who say akwenya say wo homo no to me apply.
Areas been a difficult so that maybe will be here or that expertise no. Or by apply areas ben yana still that's vacant because nipa apply no any that requested way.
Let me give an example. Let me hear role be for a digital architect role. Mostly IT and Vodafone me are in charge of all technology or IT roles. IT roles most of that you need very high skills in terms of computer need training. And very difficult. In Vodafone say you be a friend no. future jobber. Into the end, say you are setting a certain platform on the website. Okay, maybe say certain questions. And do answer questions. Now I generate roller everything the answers you have given to the questions. Until we create future roles any based on the job the student job platform. We create future roles which are not already there. Because in future it has been realized about 2025 75% of the roles will come from technology or IT. What it means is that we need IT and our technology background. By year 2025. Yes. 75% of the roles will require a certain skill in IT or technology. Until a computer will be and not necessarily it's difficult to find the skill set in Ghana now. Those technical roles, But the about sales marketing near the end of the year, and then they are often a lot. Bebre go until you be sales and marketing now. IT know your skill that bet me on your own professionally. Now they are come home and never wow for your future roles. And that's the trick I urge everybody Or say or call into a different one. Obviously, Canadian never bueno.
All right, that's
Must be that's baby.
Yo, let me try my home rest here na yen twaso na yen head here question.
Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there. The Ghanaian German Center for Jobs Migration and Reintegration presents the biggest job fair Ghana has ever witnessed. Are you an employer looking to employ? Then sign up for Ghana Job Fair 2019 at the Accra Fantasy Dome Trade Fair, May 23rd, 2019 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Participating companies are GT Bank, Bosch Alliance, Brussels Airlines, Blue Skies, Cosmes, DHL, Criff, Okada, Scania, Tonaton.com, and many more. We hope to see you there.